5 steps to take if you think the house you want is haunted. Are you looking at a house right now that would be perfect for you and your family? Except for one thing, it's giving you the willies. If you're feeling like there could be an eerie presence to the house, here are 5 steps you can take to try and find out. Number 1, Google the address and see what comes up. If something major happened in the home that was newsworthy, it will definitely show up in a Google search. Make sure to search Google News as well to find newspaper clippings. In the olden days, like 30 years ago before the internet took off, we would have to spend hours at the local library scouring their databases and old newspapers to find out information like this. Now you should be able to get some information in minutes. If you want to spend money on this, here is a website, www.diedinhouse.com. It will allow you access to the death records of that address. Number 2, check the purchase history of the house. The local tax assessor's office or the county's registry of deeds should be able to provide this information. If you want to spend money on this, you can go to www.usrealtyrecords.com to get an official property report containing records on property value, details, owners, taxes, mortgages, sales history, and more. This is when you can really play detective. Notice, for instance, if the house had a huge decrease in value at one point, or if the history shows it was bought and sold several times through the years. Were there instances where people only lived there for a year or two before selling it? Number 3, talk to neighbors. They usually have some gossip to share about the house. Number 4, call in the big guns. You can go to this website. It's at www.bark.com to find a paranormal investigator in the area. Jane Phillips, a psychic, medium, and paranormal investigator for Geyser Energy Clearing Services in New Mexico, says this kind of service is more common than you might think. She has performed 300 clearings of unwanted spirits, mostly residential and mostly for real estate agents in her area. Number 5, ask your real estate agent. Although each state has different disclosure laws when it comes to properties, it's always a good idea to come right out and ask. A haunted house falls under the category of a stigmatized property. Other occurrences that label a home stigmatized are things like murder, suicide, and crime. In many states, it's not mandatory to disclose a stigma. Massachusetts law says that sellers don't have to tell you about a stigma associated with the property. But if you were to come out and ask, the law also states that the seller has to truthfully disclose it. Other states have stricter rules. California, for example, has a law that requires deaths that occurred on the property within the past 3 years be disclosed. Thanks for watching.